Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss few university questions from the topic universal joint. A driving shaft is connected with a driven shaft by this arrangement, and this arrangement is known as universal joint. Summary of formulae. Using this formula, we can find out angular speed of the driven shaft omega 2. Here omega 1 is driving angular speed of driving shaft, alpha angle between the two axes, and theta angle of rotation of the driving shaft. Using these two formulas, we can find out the maximum minimum speed of the driven shaft. Condition for equal speeds. At these conditions, we get omega 1 equal to omega 2. Using this formula, we can find out angular acceleration of the driven shaft. To find maximum or minimum angular acceleration of the driven shaft, we need theta values. That theta value can be easily found using this formula. A Hooke's joint connects a shaft running at a uniform speed of 1000 rpm. Input speed is 1000 rpm. The angle between their axes being 15 degree. Alpha equal to 15 degree. Find the velocity and acceleration of the driven shaft. That means we have to determine omega 2 and alpha 2 when the theta values is 10 degree. To find out these values, we need only these three formulas. Substitute the given n1 value in this formula, we can get omega 1. Substituting this omega 1 and alpha and theta values, we can get omega 2. Again substituting omega 1, alpha and theta values in this formula, we can get angular acceleration of the driven shaft. Omega 2, alpha 2 are the two answers of this question. Two shafts are connected by a Hooke's joint. The driving shaft revolves uniformly at 500 rpm. N1 equal to 500 rpm. If the total permissible variation in the speed of the driven shaft is not to exceed plus or minus 6% of the mean speed, that means the difference of maximum and minimum speed of the driven shaft is equal to plus or minus 6% of the input speed. Find the greatest permissible angle, that means alpha, and maximum minimum speed of the driven shaft. To solve this problem, we need these two formulas. Take this given condition. Substitute the formula of maximum n2 max and n2 minimum. These are the formulas. Substituting these formulas in this equation, we get this equation. Cancelling n1 from all the terms and reducing this equation, we get this quadratic equation. Solving this quadratic equation, we get alpha equal to 19.64. Now substituting this alpha and n1 in this formula, we can get n2 minimum speed. Again substituting n1 and alpha in this formula, we can get maximum n2. These are the values of n2 minimum and n2 maximum. These three values, alpha, n2 minimum, n2 maximum, are the answers for this question. The angle between the axis of two shafts connected by universal joint is 30 degree. Alpha equal to 30 degree. The driving shaft rotates at uniform speed of 240 rpm. Input speed is 240 rpm. The driven shaft carries a steady load of 9 kW. 9 kW, that means it's a power. Power equal to 9 kW. Calculate the radius of gyration of the flywheel K when the mass of the flywheel is 50 kg and output torque does not vary more than 20% of the input torque T1. That means the output torque should be less than or equal to 20% of the input torque. Substitute the given N1 value in this formula, we can get omega 1. In this question, I am going to find out radius of gyration from this formula. The relation between the mass moment of inertia and the radius of gyration. I, mass moment of inertia, mass of the object and radius of gyration. To get the radius of gyration, I need mass and mass moment of inertia. Mass is already given in the question, that is 50 kg. So I need to determine I value. I can get the I value from this equation, torque equal to I alpha. For that I need alpha 2 and T2. First I am going to determine T2 and alpha 2 and then substitute that value in this equation. You can get I, then substitute I value and mass value in this equation. You can get radius of gyration. Calculation of T2. Now substitute this omega 1 value and the power given in the question. You can get input torque T1. Substitute the input torque in this equation. You can get output torque T2. Finding alpha 2. Alpha 2 can be find from this formula, but for this formula we need theta. That theta can be easily found from this formula. So first use this formula, find out theta, substitute theta values in this equation. You can get alpha 2. Now we are ready with T2 and alpha 2. Substitute these two values in this formula. You can get mass moment of inertia. Substitute that mass moment of inertia and mass of 50 kg in this equation. You can get radius of gyration. Thank you.